I'm gonna ask a question. Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I am Chanti from Foxglove Tarot. I'm a tarot reader and astrology enthusiast based in Bali, Indonesia. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year everyone! So today what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna tell you what I think about Pagan Otherworlds Tarot card by Uusi. This is my personal opinion and my opinion only. So if you're interested in getting this card, I suggest you should also read a lot of reviews about it or watch other videos and then, make a conclusion yourself whether you should get it or not. First thing first, I actually got this as a birthday present from my beloved cousin Ajeng. Thank you so much. And there's actually like a funny story behind it. It's like the first time I got this, I was like, like the label was a little bit open. So I thought maybe someone like from the custom checks it or something. But when I opened it, the sequence wasn't exactly according to, like major, minor arcana or whatever. Unlike any other tarot cards that I've bought. And I was like, okay, maybe they were kind of shuffling it, but that's okay. And then when I finally decided to, list it according to the sequence, I realized that the death card was missing. So I immediately messaged Uusi and I was like, hey guys, I just want to tell you that I didn't receive any death card in my deck. Is it really normal or is it abnormal or something? Or, if you guys have a spare one, can I buy it? Like, can I just purchase one card? I actually gave them my address and then they were very nice to send it all the way to Bali for free. I didn't have to buy the card. I didn't have to pay for the shipping fee. Oh my God, they're super amazing. To you, Andy and team, thank you so much. I love your product and I just want to tell you, you guys are amazing. Oh, there's a death card. Yeah, the death card looks like this. So yeah, about this card, the first thing first that we need to discuss before we discuss everything else is that the pricing. Okay, it's very heavy. It cost $50 US, which is not cheap for a tarot card. Like most tarot cards will range around probably $15 to $25 for the non-indie cards, like the mass-produced one. And if you're living in Indonesia like me, you would have spent around 690,000 for this without shipping fee. I personally don't know how much is a shipping fee to go to Indonesia. I think it's probably around $25 if I'm not mistaken. So that will already cost you half the price of the tarot cards. So if you're thinking about getting this, you should figure out how much do you want to spend. Or maybe you can do it like me. You ship it to your family or friends in US and then they ship it to you along with all the other goods that you'd like to buy from US. Now let's get to the packaging. The first time it arrives like this. It has a really nice canvas pouch with Uusi logo on top of it that fits the actual box. And I can still even fit my crystal pouch inside. So this is a pretty huge bag, man. Like, it's really cool. And then once you check out the bag, you'll receive this box. So in front of the box, they have this logo right here, the Pagan Otherworlds card. And when you flip it, they have the Uusi right here, along with the seal that I told you about. So I already got it like this the first time I received it. I didn't get the privilege to, open it like, oh, brand new. No, I didn't. So that was kind of disappointing in a way, but I can't do anything about it. And the good thing is they also give you something really cute. They give you this really awesome postcard that has the Queen of Swords in front, and in the back, they have this Uusi logo. So if you buy the whole deck, because I got it for the second time after I got my death card, they will have like a nicely written message for you saying, hey, thank you for purchasing us. And I forgot how it exactly says, but it's somewhere around that. So let's talk about the box now. What I'd like to point out from this box actually is the design itself. I hope you can see it, but The details right here is mesmerizing. They have all these flower petals, it's blue, and they have like the golden emboss. So, and this golden emboss actually like reflects the light, so it makes the whole thing looks very luxurious. And they have like a certain texture to it that when you touch it, it feels very raw. And it feels like something that you can use as a keepsake. Or maybe it could be like some tarot cards that you can pass down to generations below you. But I personally like a box that looks like the Wild Unknown tarot card. I'm gonna use this card a lot as a comparison. Because like the moment you open it, it's like ta-da! And then there's like, oh sorry, it fell. And there's like this ribbon that can help you to take out all of the cards easily. But for this, it's very tight. It's like, I can never take all of the cards in one go. It's like, I have to do several shakes. And then there's still some cards left usually that got stick to the box. Yeah, not quite a good box for me. I just like the design on the outside, okay? So what I would suggest is that if you want to use this card for long term, I mean if you're using it very regularly like me, I suggest you take the box and you keep it away. Whenever you want to store your cards, just use the pouch or get another pouch or get another box. Whatever you want to do, don't use that box. Because I've actually had one of my cards getting bent because, you know, I try to squeeze it in, I try to push it in, and I just failed. In total, there are 84 cards. So there's still the normal 78 cards of major and minor arcana. But they also have 6 extra cards. Ooh, goodbye. So the 6 extra cards are the Luna cards, which consist of the full moon, the waning moon, the half moon, the waxing moon, and the new moon. And also they have the Seeker card. And I really love this Seeker card because it reminds me to the Bohemian Cats Tarot's The Fortune Teller. It's like, it kind of encourages you, if you want to find an answer that is beyond this world, you can find it within yourself. It's pretty cool, right? So for the material of the card itself, I really love the thickness of it. And it just feels really expensive. And because also they have this texture right here. I don't know if you guys can see it through such close-ups. There's like this texture, this checkered texture that makes the card feels really expensive. And the laminating as well, it's like a bit glossy, so it's very slippery. Compared to, let's say, my other card, the Wild Unknown, the finishing touch is very matte. So, like, I really like this too. I mean, like, I like both, don't get me wrong. It's just like, right now, I feel that the Uusi Pagan Otherworlds card has a better finishing than Wild Unknown. And the size itself is different too. I feel that the Wild Unknown is like a better size suited for my hands. And personally, for shuffling, this is not that good. First of all, it's too big for my hands. And also, if you try to shuffle it, a few cards will jump. Like, I had to adjust my hands to this, like, for a while, maybe for a few weeks, until I have no cards falling out of my hand. Meanwhile, the Wild Unknown tarot card, like, I can shuffle it way easier. Also, when it comes to rifle shuffling, so rifle shuffling is like a technique where you divide these 2 cards right here, and then you try to do this, you know. When it comes to rifle shuffling, I find it more difficult to do it with the Pagan Otherworld card because it's too big and it's like too slippery, and also it's really hard to bend this. It's like for my any other card, although it's not recommendable to bend it, it's like, you know, you can see that if I try to bend it, it goes like this. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like way easier. Meanwhile, this Pagan Otherworld card is kind of difficult to bend. And I wouldn't recommend you to bend it as well because it's an expensive card. I can't damage this in any way. This is my baby. This is my love. Image-wise, it's really, really beautiful, and it's really, really subtle, feminine, raw, and it reminds you of a lot of pagan mythology. Like this guy as a representation of the emperor. It reminds you of a lot of native culture and a lot of Greek mythology as well. I'm not an expert in, paintings or symbolism, but that's the gist that I get from the card. But even though they are super pretty, their symbols are very, very subtle. So this is not exactly suitable for tarot beginners, especially those who are looking for symbolism that is more like in your face kind of thing. They can really answer your questions straight away. Like the moment you see the card visually, if you're still learning, you can get at least what it's trying to say. Well, the major arcana is very blunt, I feel. It's like, it's very similar to the ones that you would see in cards such as like the Rider-Waite. But the rest, like the minor arcana, you can't really differentiate and you can't really tell what it means unless you really understand what the card is about. Let's say like this card, for example, is the 4 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. I'm just using it as a comparison. Like without knowing the context of the question or the context of the card itself, it's kind of difficult to point the message. Now let's talk about energy. How does this card feels like? So whenever I am going to answer any question at all, or whenever I break in a new card, I will usually try to assess the energy of the card first. Like, what does it remind me of? How does it feel like? Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it soft? Is it hard? Anything at all. And what I'm getting from this card is that it's really, really feminine, but firm. It's like a quiet lake, but it's like a really deep lake. So you don't want to mince words with this. Like you want to be honest, but you want to be a little bit nurturing as well. Like I feel like I'm more motherly whenever I read with this card. And they also have a lot of wisdom. If you are also using Thoth tarot cards, you know what I'm talking about. That, Thoth always has wisdom like, oh, death is just a cycle, a beginning and an end. Something around like that, They always have a lot of clever things to say that makes you think like a few times, what the hell does that mean? But of course, you'll have to dig deep with your intuition and then you'll finally get what the Thoth is trying to say. And also, this is a little bit similar to that, but it's still kind of nice in a way. It's not really trying to play smart or play trick. And because Thoth is represented by the god Thoth, and he's like the god of knowledge and wisdom, so no wonder sometimes he doesn't really want to answer questions that are stupid. He will like throw wisdoms over and over again. That's how I feel like whenever I'm working with Thoth. But with this, it makes me feel like I want to be humble, or I want to make the person in front of me or my clients to become more humble and acknowledge their strengths and weaknesses. And if they have strengths that are like super amazing, this card wants them to stay humble and not be too proud about it. And another thing is that with their weakness, they'll have to accept it as a part of differences. It's what makes life richer. Like your life isn't always perfect, and it's okay, and it's totally fine. What you can do right now is just embrace it. Embrace the things that you cannot change. Oh shit, I'm actually channeling the card. Oh yeah, that's how it feels like anyways. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna show you how it's like. Okay, what should I do with my traits of being lazy? I want to change in 2018, but I don't know how to be less lazy. I want to be responsible too. I'm really asking this from the deepest part of my heart, because I really, really want to know and I really want to change. Oh, 3 of Cups. Cool. So what it says is, change is something that is inevitable. It's not something that you can force. It's something that has to happen naturally. And for you to have that urge already, it means you are one step ahead and you're ready to move forward. You don't need to be panicked, or you don't need to force the change from yourself, because the change will come to you when you're ready to accept it. Wow. I don't know if you guys feel it earlier when I was talking. Oh my god, I'm gonna get teared up. But I just find it really beautiful, and I just yeah, it was right though. It was right. Like it's gonna happen naturally. I'm gonna learn to do adulting, and I don't know. I hope I can. I'm gonna let myself just, you know, just trust the universe and just let change comes my way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, come on. Let's start with conclusion already. Okay. So conclusion wise, the pros, this card is beautiful inside and out. And I'd like to say thank you so much for the people in Uusi for creating this. I think you guys are amazing. You guys are super cool. I don't understand how you guys can come up with such pretty images. Ooh, this is the card. Ta-da! And I really like how the images is presented. I think it really, really makes me feel much more calm and grounded. It's just amazing. But the cons is the price. I would personally pay, but for tarot beginners, and especially those who live in Southeast Asia like me, I think it's just like way too expensive. And you know, because it's also too subtle, so maybe it's not the best first option for beginners. I suggest if you want to try to learn tarot for the first time, you can use Rider-Waite, or you can use the first tarot that I've ever used regularly, and it still exists until now, which is the Bohemian Cat Tarot. They don't sell it anymore though. I think if you buy it on eBay, it's about $100. Or the Wild Unknown can also be a good replacement if you want. I think this card has a more like vivid images to help you understand the meaning and, you know, acknowledge the feelings and the energy that comes with the card. But for this, it's very vanilla. Yeah, and get a cheaper card too. That's what I would recommend. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think about the card. But for you guys, if you have the card, what do you think about the card itself? Comments below is really appreciated if you have any other thoughts about the card. And also, if you have any other tarot deck that you'd like me to review, don't forget to write the comments below as well. So see you in my next video. Bye. Merry Christmas.